meeting. God, look on our government, look on our commissioners, look on our governor, look on our federal government, look on our president of the United States, and allow him to understand what TRIO means to people like us and how we can benefit from it. Don't let it be cut. In the name of Jesus.
In the mighty name of Jesus.
And I thank you for everything that you're doing. I thank you for, again, these your people. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Thank you so much. At this time, can I get an approval of today's agenda? A motion, can I get a motion to approve the
Madam
agenda?
Chair, I move that we approve the agenda for September the 9th, 2025.
Okay. Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, the motion has been made to approve the meeting of September the 9th, 2025. It's been second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Okay, thank you. At this time, it's the chair's report. I want to thank everyone for coming out to be with us today. Board members, the superintendent, his cabinet, the distinguished guests, our students, and to the community. Thank you for all that you do. The school year has begun, but not without hiccups and some sad beginnings. So at this time, I would just like to take a moment of silence for our student that we lost. Thank you so much. I ask that you continue to pray for the family and the students that was attached to that student. I think with love and support from everyone, everything can get better. I myself personally, I had an opportunity to visit and walk around some of the hallways and some of the campuses when the school year began. And I know that some of the schools may be old, but I want to give a shout out to the staff, the students, and everyone that made it look so good. So we will continue to seek ways to keep our students safe and provide an environment to them that is conducive to learning. We're looking forward to ensuring that we move in positive ways. We can do a little everything a little bit better. And I just once again want to thank you all for being here today. I want to take this opportunity to see if any board members have any positives that they want to share at this moment.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I think there's going to be a guardian day at, it's probably going to be at all elementary schools, but at West Hope Elementary. I'll be speaking there for the guardian day. I think it's on the 16th of September at 1:30 to just appreciate those that don't have to do that, right? But they continue to be there for the students.
Thank you. September 16th. Anybody else? Okay, if not, then it's superintendent's report.
Thank you, Board President. Day 11, I'm very excited to be back in school, very excited about day 11. I've already made my rounds to all the schools. I'm on my second round. Today I went and visited the high schools today. Hoke High and San Hope Early College. Had a good time out visiting with Principal Neal and Dr. McGirt, System Principal, and seeing the students. I visited them during lunch. I think it was lunch with somebody day.
Yes, it's our Hope and Health Week, so today was Nobody Eats Alone.
Nobody eats alone. So we had a lot of apples and pears and stuff. So just a great time out there. And as we get ready to start this great school year, we're working on our committees, public relations person and myself, working on our teacher committee, our parent committee, and we're working with the principals on the student committee. And we also add another touch to this, our pastoral committee that will meet quarterly. So we're working on those committees, getting them ready so everybody can support us and make sure that we are having a great, outstanding school year and supporting kids every day. I even had a chance to ride the bus one day too. That was interesting, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you,
Okay,
Board President.
thank you, Dr. Fields. At this time, we will have a spotlight on success.
Yes, and I wanna ask Dr. Wong will come up and talk to us about the governor's school. Dr. Pedro Wong.
Thank you for having me to the board and to Superintendent Spells. I'm Dr. Womble, and it's always a joy to report to you about North Carolina Governor's School. Last time I spoke with you about it, I explained that we had 2 scholars from Sandhook Early College High School led by Ms. Neal. They were juniors and they were excited to attend. They are here to report on what they enjoyed in those 4 weeks. 1 attended for English and 1 attended for mathematics. I'd like that they come forward now to report. Haley Benson.
Hey, all right, Haley.
Hello, my name is Haley Benson. I am a senior at Sandhope Early College, and I am very excited to tell you all about my experience at Governor's.
Slide prepared, especially.
Next.
Okay.
Okay, so for my main project, I had to present a creative translation about an event on campus that I was an audience member. And I chose to talk about a seminar that I went to that was about being an imposter. And it's basically like feeling really like out of place around your surroundings. And my project was I had 2 mirrors, and the long one with the sticky notes on it, you can see that those are the responses of people in their experience of feeling like imposters. And then I had this mini mirror that just had a poem on it about how I felt myself being an imposter. And then overall, the environment and the discipline was like very comfortable. I've never felt as if like my voice really mattered in an English class. So I like how my instructor really helped me with that. I'm a little emotional. So next. Community was like one of the main things that I really liked being there. And I really miss those people a lot. I made a lot of great like lifetime friends, and I feel like I will be able to take into the next level. My area 3 was amazing. I felt like I was able to communicate very well with my peers. And next. And these are some extra photos. It felt like every weekend we had a party, like even outside of studying every day and being in classes. We get to enjoy ourselves. Sorry. We get to enjoy ourselves being outside, being with our peers and stuff. And then I spent most of my time with my friends in the student center, which is the middle at the top. And we like usually dance and sing up in there. And then I attended a snake seminar twice, holding the snake twice. And you can see that picture. Very like, it was not me. I was not me myself in there. I'm very sorry. And then my picture of me and my roommates, dorm. I loved her so much. And then the next 2 pictures are just like me being in my English discipline and how we would like start the classes just talking and starting with icebreakers about ourselves. Next. And last of all, I would just like to thank everybody in this room because I didn't see myself being in this opportunity. And I would like to thank my parents a lot because they helped me keep my head up. And thanking everybody in this room a lot because I know you guys work very hard. And I am very thankful for Dr. Womble. And yes, I'm very glad I got to.
We're so proud of what we've seen. Did you know they received 1,700 applications, but they only accept 800?
Wow.
We sent the best in Hope County Schools, Haley, and also Gabriel. Gabriel will come now and speak about his experience.
Hello everyone, I'm Gabriel Capizzuto from San Jose Valley College High School. I'm a senior, and I was given the opportunity to go to the Governor's School for Mathematics. You can go to the next slide, please. So what made Governor's School so special for me were two main things: the people and the challenge. So in the next slide, I'll speak about the challenge. So the challenge for me was mathematics. This was the hardest, most complex math I've ever done. I haven't done any complex math in high school, and this was just eye-opening for me. We studied number theory, knot theory, graph theory, p-adics, modular arithmetics, and I also got to dive into chaos theory in my main project. So it was so eye-opening for me to realize not only that how hard it was, but I belong. I have a sense of belonging. I can do anything because I was thrown into a place and I was able to find my ground and learn about it. So it was honestly eye-opening for me, and I just want to thank you all. Next slide, please. The next thing was the community. These people are some of the brightest in North Carolina, and they all have such high aspirations and such high goals, and they're all focused on what they want, and they're also all so friendly. These are the nicest, greatest people I've ever met in my life, and I am so thankful for them because they have also opened my eyes to the opportunities that I have in life. I'm from Rayford, so it's so different to be around such brilliant, bright people all the time, 24/7 for a month straight. So they have opened my eyes. This was such a blessing for me, and I just want to thank you guys so much for allowing me to go to Governor's School. Thank you all.
Thank you, Haley and Gabe, and I'd like to thank you publicly as well for being such excellent role models for Hope County Schools and Rayford. I think you all did so well. We knew we sent the best. Thank you.
That's awesome. Yes, Dr. Womble, which schools did they go to?
Oh, they went to Greensboro, yes.
You
Both of
went
them
to-
went
okay.
yes, we're at Greensboro College. Yes, that's correct. And just wanted to say to the board, thank you for your support of this endeavor. So the applications for next year opened yesterday. So in your decision making, I hope you will continue to support this endeavor. Thank you for your support.
Yes, definitely. All right, awesome, good job. At this time, we have public comment, and I'm gonna turn this over to Attorney.
Absolutely. Good evening. We are moving on to public comment. We have two individuals or groups of individuals that are signed up tonight. I'll call each group or individual up in the order that they signed up. Each group or individual will have 3 minutes to speak. At the end of those 3 minutes, I'll raise my hand and do ask that you conclude your comment. And we'll start with the first on our list, Raven Laws and Wally Laws. If I've mispronounced any names, please forgive me and let me know.
Okay, I would like to state on record that I would like to keep my name anonymous for the safety of my child. Good evening. Imagine it's Monday. Your 14-year-old child is off to school and you're at Walmart casually picking up items, and you suddenly receive a text at 8:46 a.m. from your child that reads, "Help, Mom, pick me up right now. I'm high. Mom, please get me. I need help. It wasn't my fault. Mom, help me." Imagine seeing your child cry out and scream repeatedly, "They made me do it, they made me do it." Your child contemplating if the current moment is real, they're paranoid, anxious, and afraid. Imagine that 3 kids held your child against their will in the school bathroom by force and placed an unknown substance in their mouth that caused transient alteration of awareness. Imagine at 10:08 a.m. finally receiving a call back from your school administration as you sit across from your child in the emergency room with a heart rate of 120, being told that they will view video footage and get back with you, but never receive a call. Imagine first thing this morning being informed that the person you spoke with on yesterday never viewed that footage. Well, that was me as a parent on yesterday and what happened to my child. As a licensed healthcare professional that works with the underserved population of both mental health and drug abuse, I see the effects drugs can have on an adolescent after just one use. Although our kids may look fully developed based on size, an adolescent brain isn't fully developed to their mid-20s. Therefore, drug use during this time can cause permanent damage of cognition, memory, impulse control, and emotional regulation. There has to be better management when it comes to the drugs on our school campuses before a situation occurs. Clear book bags and random drug sweeps are not enough. Drugs can be easily inserted inside the pocket of a piece of clothing. Other preventive measures are needed. Thankfully, I'm here today in this setting, able to tell my story and not planning my son's funeral from an overdose. In this very moment, I still haven't gotten a call back. And I'm just here asking for any type of empathy. That's all.
All right, next we have Cassie Harjala.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for allowing us to come up and speak today. I would like to take the opportunity to tell you guys about an event that Volunteer Village Company is planning for the County of Polk. As most of you know, what my organization does is we try to help the community come together, and we try to help parents become active and participating in the community. A lot of parents and a lot of people in the community have told me that they would love to be involved in things, but they don't even know where to find the information when these things are happening or how to be involved. So Volunteer Village Company came up with the idea of hosting a volunteer fair. It's going to be at the Agricultural Building on Sunday, November 9th from 1 to 4 p.m. We've invited multiple organizations here in Hope County to come and set up tables and so they can display what their mission is and to highlight what volunteer opportunities are available. We would also love to see the schools participate, make sure that they have their PTO or PTA programs, their beta clubs, National Honor Society, or any of their organizations within the schools come in and try to help recruit volunteers for their efforts and things that they're doing. So if you know of any of those organizations that would like to set up a table, I would really appreciate if you could get them in touch with me so we can get them squared away. We still have registration open until October 10th. And at that time, we'll cut off registration so we can make sure that we know how to square away the room so everybody has space to set up the table. But I just wanted to formally let you guys know about that. All the information is available on our website and on our Facebook page, but I also brought flyers for anybody who would like a flyer this evening as well.
At this time, I'll hand it back over to you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. At this time, we are down to the consent agenda. And the first, thank you, item is the minutes for August 12th and August 27th, 2025. Are there any comments or questions about the minutes for August 12th and August 27th, 2025? If not, can I get a motion to approve of the minutes for August 12th and August 27th, 2025?
Madam Chair, I move to approve the minutes for August 12th and August 27th, 2025.
I'll second.
Okay, the motion has been made to approve the minutes for August 12th and August 27th. It's been second. All in favor say aye. Any opposers? Okay, all right. At this time, we're gonna move to school board policy second read. Are there any questions or comments about the school board policy second read? If not, can I get a motion to approve school board policy second read?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
I move to approve the school board policy second read.
Okay. Okay, it's been approved in second, for the school board policy second read. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Okay, thank you. At this time, we'll move to the information items, and the first item is construction updates.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Exciting to be back at school this Just think a year from now, you can hold these in your brand new school over there.
Yes, big.
A little more elbow. So a lot has changed, but we're gonna go through, these photos were taken last week, to make it in time to the board packet. But if you went through there today, you would see much progress because we're getting to the level of finishes for walls and stuff. So again, front entry, you can see here, they have the entry drive pickup drop-off loop that's got the curb in and the stone down for. You can see I'm gonna say the color wrong, but I guess it's blue in the middle, is gonna be the main entry portal. That eventually will be red. That'll be big red metal panels announcing this is the entry point to the building. Next slide, please. And if you look down from there towards the classroom wings, you can see the brick is all finished in the front part of the view. And then the second part to the far left, that is where they're installing the EFIS, which is like a stucco finish system. So that's all getting their base coats and starting to take real shape. Next slide, please. This is a better view of that pickup drop-off loop coming around the front. If you've been over there to see the little congestion of traffic, you've experienced it firsthand on that curve of the road. Yes, the road has been closed. That used to go through the campus. You cannot do that anymore. You must enter it from, I can't even remember the name of the side street on the far end to the left to get to it there, to the backside of the campus, and then all the parents drop off, pick up, occur on School Road right there in the front. So had a discussion last week, making sure everything worked well, and the feedback was pickup, drop off, and buses worked well. So they've adapted to it. They put a strategic plan in place on how they're going to manage it, and it seems to be working well. Again, if anything comes out of it with Dr. Hunt, staff, and contract, we will address anything immediately. Next slide, please. So again, coming into the building, right now looks big, wide, and open because the glass curtain wall is not in place, but that would be your entry through the glass doors. To the right would be the reception lobby area, and a second set of glass doors behind that to help control the flow and stop people who do not belong to come in the building. So this is part of the strategic process of security for building safety of one, only let people in the building that you want to come in the building through the AI phone system. Two, once they get in, manage their movement. They can't go anywhere, only into the reception area. They can't leave it. And so they can only leave the reception area with an escort, or if they're there on some other business and they're approved. So you'll get to experience that firsthand. Once it's done, we can walk you through that. Next slide, please. Trophy cases are on the left side when you come in there. So you see where they're all boxed out along that wall there. So it'll be a nice big display to welcome all visitors and students and everybody coming to the building through that doorway. Next slide, please. This is the administration area. Probably the best shot we're going to get of it because the drywall is not up yet. Since that comes up, you'll obstruct all those views down there, but all the offices, so moving down the hallway, you can see the mechanical sprinkler system, plumbing, everything's in place overhead and ready for them to begin putting the drywall on. Next slide. So here's a upstairs science lab area where they were beginning to insulate the ductwork. Previously presented slides where you can see them running the ductwork. Now that the roof is on and the building is dry underneath, they can go in and begin putting the insulation on the ductwork, getting ready for ceiling systems to come in after that. Next slide, please. Looking back at the entry on the right side, and in the middle is that elevated platform, which is where you'll be holding your new board meetings. You can see the little accent cantilever coming over that. That'll have a ceiling in there with the lighting system for it, and the gymnasium behind it. Up above in the high area, the clear story glazing windows, the glass is in. So they've started up high with the glass, running it around the upper area, and they're going to start with the second floor system next. Next slide, please. View, not going to get much of. This is from the roof. I stuck my head in where they didn't get the glass in yet to give you an image of what it looks like looking back the other way. So in this view, in the foreground, where you see the framing, that's that ceiling area over the platform where your board meetings will be. And then you can see back down towards the classroom wings in the background there. So this gives you kind of a bird's eye perspective in there. You can see the big wood beam in the way, but exciting space in there. Next slide, please. So looking down in that open common area, they got this concrete poured on the stairs, drywall's been going up, and you can see it's starting to take shape. You can no longer see through all the walls, so you get a real sense of the feel of the space. Next slide, please. Coming down the hallway where the classrooms are, getting the sound insulation in the walls to help with noise transmittance when you're doing instruction before they get the drywall up in place. Next slide, please. And again, looking back from the big learning stair back towards the main entry area of the building, give you a sense of scale of the space with the walls now getting the drywall. Next slide, please. And just a different view of the same area from the second floor level, looking out over that open area. Next slide, please. So again, with the schedule, just to remind everyone, here are the dates. We've gone over this every presentation. The key to this is that we are on track with these dates. So we got a plan we've worked out with Dr. Hunt's staff on the packing and moving and the big mix of positions and classrooms next summer for everybody to vacate, come in the new building and to occupy other spaces in existing buildings. So the key to this is so far, everything's on schedule. Next slide, please. And this is the big one. So reporting on the budget to date. Right now, the contractor is about 58% paid on their contract work. So this is consistent with the progress that we're seeing out there. Of the contingencies, the three that were identified in the contract CM contingency, about 67% has been used. On the design contingency, about 142%. And on the owner contingency, it has grown by 34%. So far, this is all good news. You started off with just over $2.4 million in contingencies, remaining or just over 1.6 million. Right now, there are some known change orders that the design team, myself, and everyone is in the process of reviewing, potentially $1 million, which would still leave $665,000 remaining in the contingencies. Very healthy point when we're to the point of everything's dried in on the project. Next slide, please. So this is the detail sheet. Again, all the categories are from the first presentations to the board on the project and the budget and the categorical funding. As with each one, the areas that are highlighted in yellow are the values that have changed since my last presentation. So this would be in the general contractor pay application for payment. Same thing with the contingencies, various disbursements and credits. The design team with their payment, material testing and inspections with the payment, and then the commissioning services which are underway with their first payment. The technology one is under encumbered. Their purchase of the cameras for the new school was approved, and so a purchase order has been issued, so we track everything related to the project. And so that's under the encumbered, the first item of technology that has been set up with the purchase order for the project. So all in all, the project remains within budget and on time, and I'm happy to respond to any questions you may have.
Any questions? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Next, we will have the vacancy report.
Madam Chair, board members, Superintendent Dr. Spells, and guests, good evening. I want to brief you on our vacancy report as of tonight. We're really September the 4th, 2025. As of September the 4th, 2025, we have certified vacancies of 37, classified vacancies of 19, giving us a total of 56. Hopefully after tonight, after the recommendation, maybe we should have probably 44 vacancies with 32 certified and 12 classified, equal a total of 44.
Okay. Any questions? Thank you. Next, we will have employee compensation study.
That's me again. You can see in front of you, I gave you a blue folder. She's gonna bring it to study, but in case sometimes technology has its way, I made hard copies. But also I included in there, the study as well, in the blue folder. Last year, you may recall that we did ask a group, Hurd, Eisenhower, and Lopes LLC, if we consider Hill consultants to come in to conduct a salary study, for our district. And this is the results of that study, and I would like to go through, with you about that study. I won't be here long. It was a little longer, but I said, boy, I don't wanna be here all night. So we'll go through it. You can read that. But I gave him the blue folder.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead. So in the introduction, you can see in North Carolina, I wanna give you some information, is ranked among the top 3 states to do business with, according to the CNBC of July 2024. This state is the fastest growing population in the country. So the job market here in North Carolina is strong. In addition to that, between 2022, which is past, up until 2032, North Carolina is expected to add over 509,000 new jobs. In the educational sector, that means 9.15%, an additional 34 jobs that will be based for elementary and secondary schools, as well as community colleges and universities, 34,000. Okay? With that, the occupational changes, next slide, I'm sorry. Is it moving? That's okay, I got a hard one. Okay? Occupational groups, it's the 5 largest: office and administrative support, sales and related occupation, food preparation, transportation, and management. You see the last 3 with the star beside their name, beside them. Of those 3 jobs, each 10% supposed to increase by 2032 in those 3 areas. So what does all of that mean for Hope County? 2 words it means for Hope County schools. It's important for recruitment and retention. So with that, based on this salary that we saw in 23-24, North Carolina legislators did approve of salary increases comparable to the national increases in 23-24 with the 4%. In addition to that, the General Assembly did approve a 3% cost of living increase for all non-certified staff. And you can see that chart from 2001 all the way up to 2023, the increase. And in 2023 was the 4% for state employees as well as teachers in that year. So with this study, they looked at the cohort statistics. The '24 and the average weekly wage for each of the counties. And you can see for Hope County, our poverty rate is 18.5, higher than the other 3. But as far as the income, medium household income, we're not that far behind. Okay. The methodology for this study, they interviewed, when they conducted their research from each department and school, they interviewed data managers, teacher assistants, maintenance staff, custodians, child nutrition staff, bookkeepers, coordinators, directors, HR, finance, and assistant superintendent. The personnel practices for the 3 counties here, they didn't have any information for Harnett, but the 3 here, you can see Hope County. In 2024, we did the local step increase, yes, for our teachers only. We pay for experience in comparable positions, no, we do not. Incentives and stipends for trade license or certification, no, for Hope County. But our local supplement, it was 5%, this is for classified, and now we're at 7%. So we should be proud that we give our classified staff 7%, thanks to our board and our county commissioners. Cumberland, you can see if you look at that for the local step increase. For 24-25, yes, instead of pages, it should say steps, meaning that they do for the beginning teachers, not for teachers past the 4th year for the local step increase. They do pay for comparable positions, meaning comparable positions that we're looking at is your classified positions. They do offer incentives and stipends for trade license certification, meaning like your mechanics, transportation, those individuals or positions, they do offer an incentive and stipend for those. And their local supplement is only 2% for their classified staff. Moore County, the same thing, they completed the local step increase in 24-25. They do the comparable position experience, and they do offer an incentive and stipend for trade license certification. And they do not provide a supplement for their classified staff. So we should be proud that we do classified, local supplement is included.
So, Dr. Portner,
Yes, ma'am.
for what the sets with Cumberland County, those are beginning teachers from 1 to 4 years?
Yes. And you know, if you look at even the state scale, the main ranges are for teachers between 1 and 10 years of experience. When they get past the 15, it's like they're stuck, they're there. They don't get the increase.
And we still don't do the masters, no.
If they get only the master's pay if they got it before the year 2013.
Right, because
After that, they will do not. And that's what we would like for them to implement or put that back in place for teachers. So the findings. And I do like to say, if I miss up on anything, I have Ms. Richardson here to help me when I get to these figures here so you can see. So transportation salaries, if you know, we do compete, and this is a concern, not just for Hope County, but districts across the state, that we are in competition with the North Carolina Department of Transportation. We understand that their salaries are higher than what school districts provide to our mechanics and our transportation supervisor. You can see that their starting salary here for NCDOT, for their techs, and in Hope County, our tech, our mechanic 1, we pay them $18.54. So that's roughly around about $38,000, and that's where they remain until we receive a state increase. Our transportation supervisor, that we pay, that is a new position that the board did approve this current school year. Is new for our district. For our transportation supervisors, our salary was $47,000 compared to the DOT at $50,000. Okay, so we are not just Hope County is in competition because we do know that DOT does recruit from school districts to hire mechanics and transportation supervisors. The next slide, custodians. Last month, you may recall that Ms. Richardson did come with the salary scale for our custodians. And if you look here at the cohort, Hope, Cumberland, Harnett, and Moore, we have 2 types in our district, a 10-month custodian as well as a 12-month. And you can see in the minimum that we usually stay within the minimum range. And if you look at our scale of how we pay our custodians, it's hard. We start out strong, but then we stop. And we don't move beyond the midpoint, and our people never get to the maximum in Hope County schools compared to our cohort. We are there. And you can see the pay difference as far as our custodians. Okay, next slide. Our network administrative technicians, our IT people, they do an excellent job. But as far as we're looking at the other districts, our cohort, in Cumberland, Harnett, and Moore, you can see where we land. Again, we start out strong at the minimum, but their pay raise is only when the state, we never move them to the midpoint of the maximum for our IT guys. And you can see a big difference. Okay. Next slide. And you can see for the other salaries and the findings here, we are in the same circumstances based on this report as other school districts. We're facing the same thing as far as recruitment and retention of our employees, and even being competitive outside of the educational setting. So with that, we are in competition with our other districts as well as other outside factors. So they did give us some recommendations that we are working on finance and HR together to bring to the school board. Go to the next slide. So we're looking at to propose to the board on different, at each meeting, a proposed salary schedule that we would place our people on the correct level based on their years of state experiences. However, we know that we're not like Moore County, Cumberland County, or any other county. However, we do want to ensure that we have our people on the correct level based on what we can afford in our system. And in addition to that, to make sure that our people have the quality life that they do deserve. We do not want to overspend, but we want to be spending within our limitation. So we want to make sure it's in addition to that, that we are consistent with our practice. In the past, and I do hate to say this, that we put people on scales that we felt that they should be on instead of having a scale in place to put people in line to that pay scale. So we want to correct that. As far as the step one is correcting that, to have a scale for all employees. In addition to that, they did recommend a 30-step classified salary scale that Ms. Richardson and I, Finance and HR, is working on to make sure that we have the scale so people can go on our website and see when they start where they would be and what their salary would be, and not have to worry about it'll be a difference from here, from Hope County, or what they think their friend or whomever in the community, that we are being consistent with our practice. In addition to that, they did recommend before and after school assistants to be paid a flat rate of $16.07. As of right now, they're paid $15 per hour. And that's something that I plan to speak along with Ms. Richardson to our principals, elementary principal schools, about as far as that flat rate. Because that is income that they receive for their child care services. That's not something totally controlled at the district level. Again, thank you for allowing me to present this study. You can see I did provide the link, so if you don't want to have paper, you can go on there and look at the electronic version of the study, but I did provide you a hard copy.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Why aren't we in the same cohort with like Cumberland County? They got all these, they have all these schools in Moore County, which is one of the richer counties, and we're one of the poorer counties.
Yes.
You know, why we not benchmark with
When they did the
counties
salary
that?
study, okay, when they did the salary study, they did the entire region. However, these are the only counties that responded. When they do a salary study, it's based on who respond.
Okay.
And that goes through their HR and their finance department. If they don't respond, then you don't have that information.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think that was very informative. Let's give her a hand. Thank you, Dr. Fortier. Okay, at this time, we're gonna have the financial month today report.
Good evening, Chair, members and everyone. I bring to you today the month-to-date budget analysis. This is what you guys are used to seeing. But as you see, but in September, in August, the budgets were still dropping. So you're gonna see a lot of zeros on the budget side because we haven't put them in. But because we did a continuing resolution, we was able to pay our people. So August was the first month that we actually paid. And like I stated before, that most of our income that we receive in Hope County schools does go to incomes. So that's the reason why you see these numbers. But whenever you see this report again on next month, it will be completed with all those numbers, but I did not want to come with nothing. The only one that is complete is the budget that we received from the County Commissioners Fund 2. And we're gonna talk about that later in the budget resolution, about how that is and how it's budgeted. But you can look at the sheet and see exactly where we fall on Fund 2. And everything you see in the period activity, that is expenses, that's expenses only that we have been spending. And like I said, on next month, when you receive this report, it will have it the way you're used to seeing it with the budgets filled in, because we're currently working on that. Any questions?
Anybody have any questions? Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, now we're down to action items. And the first action item is the partnership with community college. Do anyone have any question or comment? Any board members? No? Okay, can I get a motion to approve it?
Did we, I'm sorry,
Mhm.
did we, cause I don't think I was at the board meeting. We were supposed to look at, while we were purchasing the books. My whole county was purchasing books instead of, Moore County, instead of Sandhills, instead of Sandhills. While Sandhills wasn't purchasing the books for the students, and we was taking on that, and they're the Moore County. Did we not?
We discussed,
been
Madam Chair,
Yes.
so I don't remember exactly what the conversation was, but I was the one that brought up the thing about why can't we, the courses that our students being taught, why can't these courses not be textless? And then, she said that she was gonna check and find out what the.
You still waiting
This was
on the
about,
response?
it wasn't about being Texas, it was about, Sandhills, taking on the cost, absorbing the cost of textbooks instead of Hope County Schools,
Instead of
so you
Hope
are
County.
working on it. So are we gonna agree on this,
We can bring it back, so we get our answers if you guys don't wanna. tax it.
Yeah, because I do know that, the past president, Dempsey, paid for Moore County schools, all of their books. And I was wondering why we were paying for
About that.
these, yeah.
how about that?
So, I just wanna be fair.
And so that revision was proposed, right, in the MOU that went back. So you all, what you could do is you could hold it, or you could approve it subject to legal review if they send back any kind of modification. If it's not a substantive change, if it's minor language, then you're good to go. If they disagree with that type of change, then we could bring it back to you to take.
When do we need to have it approved by?
So I've already told them that that is something that we're working on. It was already due, but they are aware that we have an MOU that we are working on, and so that's not a concern. They have the draft copy that we have. They recognize that that is something we're working through, and so we shouldn't feel rushed to do that.
Okay. Is that the pleasure of the board to bring it back?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in favor of bringing it back after we get, more information.
I'll make a motion to table it until the next, board meeting.
Can I get a
Second.
Okay, the motion has been made to second the partnership agreement community college. And it's been second, out in favor, any opposers?
Madam Chair, I
Yes,
just have
sir.
a question. Exactly what are we waiting for? There was just too much conversation going on. What exactly are we going to modify, change? Is it to the benefit of the school or what, I heard different scenarios. What are we going to,
So
What
the
are we
MOU
seeking?
sorry.
What are we seeking?
So the MOU currently has that we were going, it actually has a comment on there, I'm gonna pull it up in front of me, give me 1 second. The MOU specifically speaks to trying to decrease the cost of the text. It doesn't say that they would pay for it. When our last conversation, we talked about that as a possibility, and I think Grace had captured it and put it into the MOU, and so that's what it currently says. So we'll need to make a change. Says to the extent possible, Sandhills would make a reasonable attempt to secure textbooks to the extent possible at no cost, but it doesn't say that it would be. In the event of obtaining textbooks or other course material at no cost, that's the idea, that they'll make a reasonable attempt to have them be, use the same textbook. So either that they would cover the cost to the extent possible, or that they make a reasonable attempt to keep the same textbook for 3 years. So that's what it currently says in our MOU. So if we're saying that, I mean, we say in there, again, that they would make a reasonable attempt to, but we don't say that
they will make it,
they're gonna do.
Can we work on that, Madam Chair, to, have the staff work on, requesting that they cover the cost of the textbook, should there be a cost?
We can,
That's what we had discussed at the previous meeting.
we can do that.
And, finance said it would save $50,000 doing that.
work on that. Bring it back to us.
So Madam Chair, so now the question is, we're not going to ask to see if they can, we're actually asking that they will.
So we're saying that we wanted to say that not to the extent practical, we're gonna say Sand Hills facility will secure textbooks at
And
no
based on
cost.
the new development that she just disclosed at Moore County, so yes, I think this was
It's 3, 4,
wonderful.
schools there.
Okay, all right,
All right. Thank you, Madam Chair.
you're welcome. All right, so you look for some updates. All right. All right, next, we have the environmental graphic. Everybody had a chance to look at it, right? Dr. Hunt went over it 2 months in a row. So, can I get a motion to, approve the environmental graphics that we chose? Option.
Madam Chair, to my recollection, there's 1 or 2 areas that we did not decide on because Dr. Hunt comment, I'm paraphrasing, he was indifferent on the color of, can you elaborate on that?
Right, it was the book that's in the media common area, so we had three choices. The first one was a polished aluminum look. The second one was a matte red, or almost one that's either red, same red as the high school colors, and a matte black. Personally, I think if you went with the polished aluminum, then that would bring out some of the accents that are in the school, and also blend in while we still have red and black in different areas within the high school.
I just have one question. I hope it's not a silly question, that we've already gone over. Is this actually yellow or is that gonna be red?
Different hallways have different colors or different sections for the purpose of wayfinding. So I think there is one that's yellow, one area that's green. So different sections have different colors. So that
Like freshmen or
something like that, or if you
English.
that's correct. Or if you want to go to the EC classrooms, they might be a different color.
So the polish is the safest to, it won't clash with the.
So Madam Chair.
Yeah.
So Madam Chair, my question then is it the administration recommendation that we go with the polish?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, can I get a motion to go with the, approve the polish?
Chair.
Well, it'll be the whole thing. And what was the topic? My computer's down. My computer's down. I can't see it.
Yes. The environmental graphic.
Okay, Madam Chair, I move to approve the environmental graphics.
Yes. Okay.
I second.
Okay, the motion has been made to approve the environmental graphics. It's been second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers?
You could have just said.
I mean, I did it right.
It's okay, you did the right thing. Next, can we move to the budget resolution fiscal year 2025-2026?
Madam Chair, I move to approve the budget resolution fiscal year 2025.
Yeah. Go ahead, finish.
2025-2026. Yes.
Year 2025, 2026.
Second.
Okay, the motion has been made to approve the budget resolution fiscal year 2025-2026. The motion has been made in the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? All right, next we are at number 4, the salary. No question? Oh, we at the salary scale, teacher assistant is A, and then B. Okay, let's do one at a time. Teacher assistant.
And before you go on, I just want to give you a little information that as it speaks now, all TAs are making from step 0 to 19, $16.07 an hour. So I like you look at that and
Anybody have any questions?
Did you say 1607?
Okay. Anyone else have any questions on the teacher assistant salary scale? Okay, can I get a motion to approve the teacher assistant salary scale, new salary scale.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
want to make a motion to, accept the 1607 pay rate for the teacher's assistant.
Okay, the motion has been made to approve the teacher assistant new salary scale, 1607. It's been second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Okay, thank you. Next is child nutrition hour. Everybody have a chance to look at it.
And again, this scale takes them off of if someone comes in at 0, making the same thing as somebody's at step 20. So that's what we're trying to get away from.
Say it again?
So the way it is now, everybody's making basically the same thing. We want to get away from, if I come in the door with no experience, I'm making the same thing as somebody who's been here for 20 years. We're trying to get away from.
But what if you come in the door with experience?
Well, if you come in with experience, then we will look at that also. Yes, ma'am.
What's the biggest adjustment on this, salary schedule?
The biggest adjustment on the salary schedule. So now, everything's like the salary study has, every step is 1% more. So if you've been here, if you've already been here for like 15 years, then you'll be making whatever it says on 15 a year. So what we're gonna do is take everybody where they are, how long they've been, we've already done the study, and make sure it has experience. So we're gonna put them on the correct schedule.
So are you asking, Jesse, like, if they starting out, like, brand new? Was that your question? Like, if they starting out brand new?
I was kind of, not so specific, but I was kind of wondering what, our finance office felt was the biggest change that we needed to know about this budget as presented.
And so I think.
And that answered the question.
Okay, good.
So new people start out with 1560, and then as the experience go on, it's gonna be 1607.
Yes, ma'am, if they come in with no experience at all.
Okay, gotcha.
I think it's a good thing.
Me too. Yeah.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the child nutrition hourly new salary scale?
I make a motion to approve the new, salary schedule for child nutrition.
1 second. Okay, the motion has been made to approve the new salary scale for child nutrition. It's been second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Okay, thank you. Next is custodian salary changes.
And the custodian salary changes is, you have a 10-month and a 12-month. It's the exact same scale mirrored. It's just that you cannot put them on the same scale because the two extra months they receive, we will calculate differently when we're trying to pay them. But once again, with this one, I needed you guys to look at option 1 and option 2, because right now the custodians, once again, are all making the same thing no matter how many steps they are. So we want to do the scale way was told for us from the salary study, do it every 1% each step. But at this point, if we go with option 1, we'll have to move steps for some of them to make sure that we don't, because we don't want to give them less money. So we want to make sure they stay at where they are or they're making more for their step. So if we go with option 2, we will leave the first 5 or 6 steps the same, so no one will lose money. But then after that, it'll go at 1%. If we go with option 1, we will have to fix everyone so they're making the same and on the correct step. If that makes sense.
Is your recommendation option 2?
Option 1.
My recommendation is option 1 because it looks better for, like the salary study says, that we don't want to keep that's what the problem is now. Everything is 1606 all the way down. We don't want to stay there. We want to move. So everything is, as they come in new with no experience, they're moving up correctly.
So, but option 1, Madam Chair, looks like, is it 5 years that they finally reach 1607?
Right, and we're talking about coming in to see what, we're basing our study on what the state is telling us what we can pay. And they're still saying that the lowest rate at 0 is $15. As you may know, whenever they changed that step, everyone went to $15 an hour, and that's the reason why how our salary schedules got so messed up because of that. So now we have to fix these salaries, and we can do that. So now we have to mirror what the state says, following the procedures that the salary studies told us, 1% per step.
And we know that option one won't lower anybody, so say someone's out year 4, they're not gonna drop the pay.
No, ma'am, they will not, no one is gonna get paid less than what they're getting paid now.
Yes, ma'am.
Any more questions?
Don't seem right.
Anybody else? That's a good question.
Do you like option 2 better?
Yeah,
You like option 2 better?
I do, but
Okay, can I
will
get
it
a
be over budget?
No, I see, I went, with these schedules, I've already calculated and, made sure we can fit these into our budgets. And that's the thing about salaries, we have to work to make sure we can fit them to Hope County's budget.
Ms.
So, but-
Richardson, I have a question.
Yes,
Does
ma'am.
this, with the 1607, it still keeps them in par with, similarly employed, classified staff?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Come on, give me some motions. Give me
Madam
some-
Chair, I move to approve the option 1, 12-month custodial, what is it, NC 01.
Okay. Can I get a second for option 1? All right. Second, okay, can somebody make a motion for option 2 so we can see how this is gonna go?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve option 2.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Motion has been made for, to approve the, I'm gonna go back on here, the custodian salary for option 2. All in favor, oh, it's been second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers?
Nay.
One opposed? The ayes have it. All right, so next, thank you, Ms. Fritz.
Thank you.
Next, we're gonna move to the EC contracts. And the first one is equalized contract 25-26.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Superintendent Spells, board members, and guests. You have before you the contract for our deaf and hard of hearing services. And this contract, we're excited to have because we haven't had this contract. And we in Hope County have 14 students that need the service. And so this contract will provide essential support for the 14 students currently enrolled in Hope County schools. So this was a win-win for us to be able to get a contract. We've been trying for, I know I've been here going on almost 3 years, trying to get services for our deaf and hard of hearing. And that is an extremely hard to fill position across the state, well, the nation. So we are extremely excited that we'll be able to provide these services. And then next we have Bayada Home Health Care. This contract will allow Bayada to provide nursing services. We do have a student, medically fragile student that is in need of services. And as we know, we count on folks to be there, and we had a nurse who resigned right before school started. And so we want this baby in school. So this service, Bayada Home Health Care, will be able to provide nursing services for this student. And so what we also looked at is because we know situations where people resign. So what could we do to try to have something in place for if a nurse resigns, because that again is a hard to fill position. So we looked at one of our current contractors, Avena Healthcare. And so here, just to approve to amend the current contract, which will increase the dollar amount from $24,000 to $96,000. This adjustment is necessary to ensure the availability of a full-time nursing service should a contract nurse resign, or if a new student enrolls requiring nursing support.
So can,
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept all EC contracts proposed tonight.
A second.
okay. The motion has been made to approve all EC contracts, item A, B, and C. It's been second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Thank you. Next, we have the November board meeting dates.
When's the November board meeting day?
Yes, November board meeting date was gonna be on Veterans Day, and we're proposing doing it the Thursday before that Tuesday.
Make a second. What,
The
wait,
Thursday,
November?
the sixth.
November?
The sixth? Okay,
It's the sixth.
yeah.
Okay. I need, a motion to, change the November board meeting.
Madam Chair,
November
I move that we, change the board meeting in November to November sixth at 6 o'clock.
Second.
Okay, the motion has been made to approve, to move, to change the November board meeting to November the sixth. It's been second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Okay. All right, thank you. Next, we have, can I get someone to make a motion to go into closed session, please?
Madam Chair, I move to go into closed session, for, North Carolina General Statutes 143-318.11 to prevent the disclosure of confidential personnel and student matters, to consider matters related to initial employment of individuals, employees, and to consult with the board's attorney to preserve the attorney-client privilege.
Second.
Okay, motion has been made to go into closed session. It's been second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? Okay, thank you. We'll take a 5-minute break and come right back.